Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Today we are at PAX Unplugged 2018, and I'm here with Pete and Dan. We're talking about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles board game that's coming from IDW Games. Alright guys, so this is a project you guys have been working on for a little while now.
It's true.
Tell me all about it. What's this new Ninja Turtles board game all about?
So we've got a new game coming to Kickstarter here in January. Well, actually be 2 full games. New game system is probably the better way to explain it.
I'm excited about that.
So this is a soft reboot to the Ninja Turtles Shadows of the Past game, if you're familiar with that game that IDW produced about 2.5 years ago now. In this reboot of the system, we're introducing an arcade mode, which is our cooperative mode. The original game only had a 4 vs. 1 gameplay system. We've added that arcade mode to allow players to be able to play by themselves or with just a group of friends without having to have somebody play the villain player.
That's really excited. I'm really excited about that part of it, just because sometimes it's hard to find that one person that wants to play the bad guy, and sometimes you just want to get your buddies together and play as the Ninja Turtles, and
of course, yeah. But yeah, the good thing is we haven't taken it away for those that do want to play like that. That is still definitely in the box. You can still play 4 vs. 1 with a dungeon master or an evil supervillain overlord.
Nice. So let's get to the table and we'll do a few rounds, see what it's all about, and then we'll talk a little bit afterwards. How's that?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely think we should do that. All right. So we've handed out our character cards. We'll get everybody to show who we've got. I've got Mikey.
I'll be playing Old Hob.
Donnie.
And I'm going to be Slash.
And he's actually been, if you're looking closely, there was some pen marks on the screen because he's been nerfed since then. That's pretty exciting.
Process of game design.
It's true. He was huge. He was doing everything.
He was a little OP. Little OP. That's all right. That's all right.
So
Balance is good.
in front of all of us, we've handed out the cards. We've got our ability cards. They're our special moves, our focus tokens, and our action dice. And we're also using 2 extra dice as placeholders to show the dice that we've shared from each of our partners. All right. So we should start by rolling our action dice.
Such a good action.
All this movement. That's great.
A little bit of movement, a little bit of defense, and a little bit of attack, a little bit of everything. That's good.
I'm going to spend a focus, and I'm actually going to re-roll one of mine here.
Nice.
And get a little extra movement in there.
A little more movement
To move in there. All right, cool. So, what we need to do now is just talk amongst ourselves and try and work out what the best way to share our dice, because we share one to our left, one to our right. So, is there anything we all need to get down to take out Hun and the Purple Dragons? So we all need a little bit of movement, and then we're going to need to start obviously attacking. All right. So I've got a movement on each side for people. I'd love some attack. If anybody's got any,
I've got an attack and a
that looks
defense.
Good.
I've got the range attack that I can share for sure, and I can give an extra movement to Donnie.
Well, I've already got a range, so if I get that range attack, range defense,
sure.
that'll help me with another range attack.
Can I get your extra range?
You don't want the movement?
I do not. I don't need the movement.
Okay, done.
You want the defense?
Yeah.
Or the movement? You want the...
I'm just looking at that, thinking about what the best sort of play could be.
What do you have? Do you have...
I've got some movement I can give you.
Yeah,
Get you up in there.
Slash is kind of slow. He's only got 2 movements.
But 2 moves.
So if I could maybe
Get you that. And then I've got an attack I can give Hub, and I'll keep a little defense for myself. I would love Maybe a
just
melee
that
attack.
block, so you
Maybe
make it
move
get
that
slashed in
over.
there.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Over there.
So I set that up.
Yeah, do that.
Bob is giving me some.
So you're gonna give me
You can
some
just get
movement?
in there,
Yep.
do range.
Okay. And then what is?
I'll send you a movement.
You'll send me a movement.
Yep, and I'll take your movement.
You're gonna be right up there.
Okay. Wow.
Mine's got a lot of
ready.
movement.
I'm ready.
Okay, so one of the other big differences is we're playing with our AI system. So we all have a initiative card for each of the character types on the board.
Which I'm really excited about this part of the game because the original game didn't have this, and you had to have someone play the bad guys.
Correct.
And so that's what I'm really excited about this version of this new game.
Yeah, it's had a lot of great feedback. We're still obviously using all the same dice sharing and hero mechanics. It was just a lot of people had said that it was hard to get to the table with always having to have a DM, or a villain player. So hopefully this helps.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see how it works.
All right, so I've shuffled the deck. I'll put it down. I'll flip it to the camera so we can all see who's next.
Sure.
Donnie's first.
Donnie,
Nice.
Ben, you're up.
Okay. So I've got some ranged and some movement and one melee that I can use. So I guess I got to get up there and attack a little bit. Now, how does the ranged attack differ from a melee?
So, say Donatello, we're just going to move some figures around here just to show. A ranged attack is an attack that has to be at least 2 spaces away to go. Any space beyond that base ranged attack will suffer 1 strike from the final result of your roll. So if you made an attack of 3, you rolled 3 dice, you managed to get 3 hits, you would lose 1 of those per extra space beyond that second space. Yep.
Get less accurate.
So you still get to roll the same amount of dice, you just lose the strikes at the end. Essentially like losing the accuracy of your attack.
Becomes less potent.
And a melee attack is done at an adjacent space, unless you have a special ability that might alter it, like Donatello does, with a new ability that's new to this game, which is 10-foot pole. It allows Donnie to extend his melee range to up to 2 spaces.
I like that. Yeah, it's very thematic.
Very old video gamey.
Yes, it is.
So I'll spend some movement first to get up there a little bit. So I'll spend one.
The win movement is 3.
Yep.
So yeah, every movement icon you spend will give you 3 movement points.
Sounds good.
And you can use those movement points to move around the board.
So 1, 2. Can you move at diagonals or only orthogonal?
You can move diagonally.
You can't move diagonally, but in this case, you've got a wall here.
Yep.
That is a unstable wall. So you can move across that wall, you just cannot land on that wall.
Gotcha. So go 1, 2, 3 for my first movement, and 1 for the second. I'll actually just use that. Put me in a position where that guy can't hit me back easily. I'll have to do a little bit of work. And then I will throw melee, for the ranged, I'll throw the ranged at him.
For your ranged attacks, you will take your base stat of 1 for your attack. To activate the attack, you will spend your icon, and then you will gain a bonus of 1 towards that attack. So it will be rolling an attack of 2.
2 dice.
So that's 3 hits there. The purple dragons, they have an automatic block of 2, so they will automatically block 2 of those hits.
All right.
1 of them will go through, so that will reduce his health down to 1 life.
Excellent.
And then I will follow up with my melee and my 10-foot pole, which allows me to hit him again.
So when we activate our special abilities, just flip these 2 cards over. So you can only activate 1 per turn. So that just lets you know that you've
That's the
used
one I've
that
done.
1. Yeah.
Cool. And same thing, my 1 attack with the 1 activation for 3 dice.
Correct. 2.
Or 2 dice.
Yep.
Oh,
Just take 1 of
drop
those.
one of those away. So 3,
Yep.
the 2 block, so I hit 1 more.
Yep. And that takes him out.
It's gone.
That was a fantastic roll.
Right.
And a good play
For two
by
dice.
keeping yourself in a safe distance.
That's why I brought him onto this video.
Yeah.
And now I have my final block die.
So the defense is a passive bonus, so you can't actually spend the defense. You can spend the sword off the defense icon,
Yep.
but you can't spend the defense itself. It's just a passive boost to whenever you're rolling a defense dice.
Gotcha.
So with your base defense of 4, now you have a base defense of 6.
All right.
So if anybody attacks you, you're rolling 6 dice to defend,
Wow.
which is great.
Yeah, that's huge.
All right.
All right,
right.
Donatello's finished.
We
Donatello's
take
done.
the next initiative card out and we flip it. It's Old Hob.
Alrighty.
All right, Dan.
So I've got lots of movement here. So I want to try to get in the mix, but I, as a range specialist, want to stay far enough back that I can use one of my special abilities here. In this instance here, I think I'm going to try to get just close enough to use one of my special abilities. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
Because Old Hob has a movement of 3.
And that's all I'll do with my movement here. So I'll spend that 1. I'm going to spend 2 of my shuriken to play bazooka. Bazooka allows Old Hob to make a +4 range strike that does not weaken for the first 3 spaces, hence why I stayed back a little further. 1, 2, 3. Any double hits rolled during this attack count as triple hits and deal 1 unblockable damage to any figure adjacent to the target. Afterwards, discard this card. It may only be used once per battle. So this is a one-off item. Once it's done, it's out for the rest of the game. But I've got a base attack of 1 + 4, so that's 5 dice that I'll be rolling.
And just so we know, adjacent does also mean diagonal as well.
Okay.
So that was a god-awful roll. I have 1 hit. I'm going to keep that 1 hit, and I'm going to spend a focus to re-roll these 4.
I think that's a good idea.
That is only
better.
slightly better roll.
A little better.
The good news is this double hit counts as a triple hit, so that's 3 hits, and then 2 more. We've got 5 hits going at Hun. He blocks 4 automatically, so only 1 goes through.
Oh, he's tough.
The good news is because of those that double hit, each figure adjacent to him suffers 1 unblockable wound as well.
Nice.
So the theory behind the high block versus the lower block here is the bigger enemies, they're super villains. They're big, they're tough, and whenever you want to take out on one of those guys, you have to throw all your weight into that punch. You have to commit, and so you have to roll a big handful of dice. There's no use throwing 2 or 3 dice because you'll never get over that threshold. It's all about pulling your dice together and really going at it all out.
Nice, that makes sense.
All right.
You guys are doing a great job of catching the theme of the Ninja Turtles, the video game and the cartoon. I love it.
That was the plan.
We want to celebrate every aspect of the Turtles. The game itself follows the IDW story of the Turtles, but we want to throw in bits of the video games, of the cartoons, of the old Mirage comics, of the newer comics with IDW. We want any fan of the Turtles to be able to jump in and feel like they're getting the Turtles that they love.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
All right, and next is my boy, it's Mikey.
Mikey.
All right,
Do it, Mikey.
he is going to do it. Now, Mike is going to do you a favor, actually.
Oh, okay.
I've got a card here called I'll Throw You. So what he's going to do, Slash is a very slow mover. So he only moves 2 spaces a turn. So I'm going to spend 1 of my movement to actually throw Slash 3 spaces
So
in
I
front.
have to be so that person has to be adjacent to Mikey. Is
Yes.
that
So
how it works?
I'll read
All
it.
right.
Choose a friendly figure adjacent to Mikey. That figure leaps up to 3 spaces in a straight line.
Nice.
So 1, 2, 3, and that's skateboard spin, and it's going to help you out a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think. All right. Now Mike's got a special ability that he can move 1 space for free, but I'll hold on to that for the moment. I'll flip these ones over. And I've got 2 ranged icons. So what I might do is come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4 here. Now, I'm going to do a ranged attack. The good thing to know as well, Old Hobb's ability gives me a bonus as well. So whenever I roll dice, or any character rolls dice, and they're within 2 spaces of Old Hob, they roll 1 additional dice.
Okay.
So that's going to help me take out this dragon here, I think. So, Mikey's base attack is 1, plus these 2 shuriken, 2, plus 1 for Hob. We've got 4 dice. So, 4 dice against Hun. I don't think it's going to do enough damage. I don't like my chances. I'd rather go 4 against the little guy and actually take him out.
Sure.
And I always roll wild. We've got 2 hits, which isn't enough, so I'll spend 1 of my focus. Which I'm missing a token. That one will do. And I'll re-roll these 2 defend. And it's 3, so it's enough to wound him, but not enough to take him out. What's this one? And that's my turn, I think. I've spent my 2 icons here. I've spent this one. I've spent my movement. I do have 1 free movement left, and I might just move back here, just to keep myself a little bit safer. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. We've got Hun coming in.
Hun is coming.
Now, Hun this is the first AI character you're going to see so far, which is cool. He's a leader. Leaders get 3 actions per activation, or per their initiative. If it's a minion, like the dragons, they only get 2. So, the main rule to follow when you're allocating the actions is that they must move only once. Unless it's stated, obviously, in their ability text, they can only make 1 movement action, the rest must be attack. Otherwise, they could run across the board and just out of control.
Right.
So, the other, actually I lied, there is one other, they have to have line of sight to a hero. If they don't have line of sight, then they can't attack, or they can't activate.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Alright, so, Hunter's got Donatello at the moment, Slash, Mike, and Old Hob, all in line of sight. Now, the rule is, he goes to the closest hero that he can see.
Okay, in this situation,
It's
It
Donny
will be
Boy.
Donatello.
oh, that is, yes.
He's 1 space
Yes.
away, the others are all 2. So he's going to move here. Now, if let's say that Don was here, for instance, just for argument's sake, if Hun had it was an even space away from everybody, or from multiple characters, he would follow his targeting priority on his card, which in this case is the most health.
All right.
So in that instance, it would be Slash, who's got 16 health. But looks like Donnie's going to get it. Hun has an automatic hit of 3, so Donnie's going to have to defend against 3 hits twice, because he's got 2 actions left, 1 for each action. So, Donnie, you're up.
So you've got a base of 4.
Base of 4 defense,
Plus 2 more.
plus 2 more for my shield.
And 1 more because no, he's for too far away. So you'll have a defense of 6.
Defending against 3 hits.
Wow.
And that would have been a really great attack.
Not so good.
Not
But Donnie has a lot of focus.
Yeah, we're gonna spend that for a reroll.
A little better.
A little better.
I like
So-
rolling those hits.
One of those wounds still goes through.
Oh, no, that's Donnie's wound.
Oh, no, this was audio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just we took it off.
And now I roll again. For the second attack,
The crits
crits.
are everywhere.
All right, I am only attacking at this point, and I'll take 1 more wound.
All right, that's Hun's activation.
So that is the end of Hun. Big difference in this compared to some of the 4 vs. 1. If someone was controlling that villain, even if it was just for a single attack, they'd be rolling dice for their attacks. The heroes would be rolling for the defense. If any rerolls would be made, there'd be more rolls made. The time spent to do all of those rolls adds up over a game. So the beauty of a arcade mode game using the co-op system and the AI system for the villains, it speeds up the gameplay. So if you're looking for a quick game that you can jump in with your friends and play it in half an hour, 45 minutes, the arcade is the great way to go.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we have Slash.
Slash's turn. Okay.
And before we start with any Slash movements, I just want to go and explain, because I have a feeling this is going to happen in this situation anyways. One of Hun's abilities is when a hero enters a space adjacent to Hun, that hero either must spend 1 focus or suffer an unblockable wound, or unblockable damage equal to the hits rolled on 1 die. So if you were to enter a space adjacent to Hun, you'd have to roll an action dice to see how much damage you might take.
Oh, okay. But he's got 16 life, so that's a little bit
You're
easier.
doing okay.
So here's my question for you. I've got this
Ground pound.
ground pound. It says I can spend 2 movement and 1 melee,
Yep.
and I can do a Slash leaps up to 3 spaces in a straight line, then deals 1 unblockable damage to all adjacent figures.
Yes.
Afterwards, all adjacent figures are pushed back 1 space directly away from Slash. So that must mean that I leap over.
You bet you.
Right.
Okay.
So if you were to do that, you would spend
So-
these 2 icons
And
and
this.
that one, and you would jump over his head.
Jump over like that, and I'm gonna do 1 unavoidable to both of these guys.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I did that was because I wanted to see what happens when you knock a figure back and they're up against the edge of the board.
Well,
So in a situation like this, he would die before he ever
Right.
hit the wall. But if that were the case, he just stops where he's at. He won't be pushed back any further. There's no additional damage.
Okay, that was kind of what I was getting at.
In that situation, there's no splash damage if you were to hit another figure or anything like that.
Sure.
So to say if let's say this guy was here, he wouldn't be able to move. Both wouldn't get pushed back. He wouldn't run into this guy doing any damage to him either.
Okay.
The reason that being is there's lots of situations in that which would cause a whole lot of damage. At any given point, he could possibly leap into a space and do 1 unblockable damage to 8 figures at a time, pushing them all back. And if they were all getting double damage on that, it could really be a little overpowered.
Okay. So we're gonna do 1 unblockable to this guy, so that must knock him out.
he's toast.
He's gone. Then 1 more damage to Hun.
Yep. And he's knocked.
Oh, he's knocked
Back this way.
Back that way.
I don't know if you're helping by bringing him closer, Doug.
Well, I can also. Oh, but if I move up close to him, I am going to take it. I'm going to
Correct,
roll a die.
and because even that attack that you just did put you in adjacent to him.
Oh, that's
you'll
right.
Need to make sure you'll need to roll 1 to see if that happened to go. So that's 2 hits that are unblockable that make it
Yikes.
through to you.
Okay, that's not great. I don't have any more attack. I just have defense, and do I really want to chance going up against this guy? And I'm thinking no. Do I want to use this movement for anything? Do I get anything if I don't use this movement?
No.
You do not.
Right.
So I did the same thing with my last turn as well. I had an extra movement that I could have spent. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice to be in a good position.
I think
There is one
Okay.
other option, just thinking about it.
Sure.
The other option is these purple dragons here,
You have a ton of time.
they're all going to move because they're the only card left in the activation deck or the initiative deck. So my thought is you can move 2 spaces with Slash. What if you stop them from coming down?
So if I move over to here, it's going to keep these guys at bay over here, and you're
Yes.
only going to be moving. Okay.
That is the thought. I think that could help out.
Okay. So why don't we do that? We'll use the 2 movement.
The other good thing about that is it's going to give Slash some targets. If he gets just melee attacks next round, he's going to be able to just take care of them.
And not have to worry about having the extra movement.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
I like it.
And next is Purple Dragons. Surprise! Now, Slash is going to get obviously attacked twice. So it might not have been a good idea to go right up. Maybe here might have been a bit better, because then they would spend one action to move a bit close towards him.
Okay.
Because then, so if Slash was here, they would have gone 1, 2, or 1, 2. Then instead of hitting him twice, they would have wasted one of their actions making that one step.
Gotcha.
So the magic of
That's all right.
board game magic. Oh, Dan.
Dan's a rule stickler.
I'm a rule stickler.
That's okay.
You're the spoil sport.
That's all right. No, it's
Stick through.
good.
No
It's a
late back
good.
to
Sometimes you suffer
What we call it, we
mistaking
call this a learning experience when we're teaching a board game. So this is good. This is good
Okay.
for all the folks at home to know. Don't do what
do
Doug
Slash
does.
Well, or don't do what Pete tells you to do. Don't listen
That's
to
what
the
happens when you
Australian.
metagame.
That's all right.
Anyway, the dragons are going to attack. So we'll deal with these ones first, I think. So because Dan moved us back, we're going to get attacked twice each. And it also kicks in their special ability too. So if two purple dragons are adjacent to each other, they gain +1 to hit.
Okay.
They also, if two purple dragons are adjacent to a hero, that hero receives -1 defense.
Wonderful.
Wow.
So that really was not ideal. I mean, it was even more horrible than I originally
I
imagined.
have faith in that shell of yours.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. No, I think I'm gonna be fine.
So Slash has a base defense of 1,
And I've got two shells.
2 shells.
So-
Okay.
You lose one of those
So you
because
roll
of their ability.
Oh,
you'll
that's
have
right.
2 dice
So
that you-
I'm gonna have 2 dice.
so 2 action battle dice. 2 hits.
Yeah, that's. I only have one focus too, right?
Yes.
So
Slash doesn't have much focus.
yeah, no, because he's just a rage machine. I think I'm just gonna hold on to that because I know there's sides with 2 attacks, and I've got 3 more attacks to come along, right?
That
So
will all be the same. So
yeah,
yeah, it's up to you.
I think I'm gonna take the two damage.
Okay, done.
That's 1 down. Next attack.
Next attack.
Hey.
Wow.
Now, ordinarily for any other hero, you would still take 1 attack, 1 hit.
Right.
But Slash, any defense icon he rolls counts as 2.
Oh, nice.
So he has a low defense because he's really easy to hit. But if the hit connects or not, that's where the icon comes into place.
Awesome. So that one doesn't.
Correct. So that is completely blocked.
So here we go. This is number 3. I think I'm gonna use this one this time.
Yeah, good choice.
And
Nice. There we
Next
go.
one's
That's
blocked.
perfect. And then this is the 4th and final.
Yay!
Yes. Perfect.
So, Slash, it's really good idea for Slash to have some shell icons just to boost him up.
Right.
So his sword shell icon is really good. Alright, so now we've got these 3 over here. The closest one to this dragon is old Hob, so he would move here. These ones over here would move 1, 2, 3, and he's adjacent to Mike and Hob. And the same story here. 1, 2, 3. Now, targeting priority says that if there's multiple heroes for a dragon, they go for the least amount of health. Now, Mike and Hob, where are you, Hob?
So Hob will actually be the least health of the 2 of them. So he will actually take the attack from all 3.
Yikes.
Because they've each moved once, they will only each attack once. But because of their special ability, they will all be attacking for 2, and I will lose 1 defense as well. I've got a defense of 3, plus the 1 for my dice. That'd be 4, but I lose 1, so I am back to 3. I'll be rolling this 3 times, needing to block 2 for each attack.
All right.
Still gonna do it. That one went all the way through, so that is 2 hits against him. I'm gonna use a focus to re-roll that whole horrible roll. And another one just as bad.
Now I'm just going to say that might be karma for the purple dragon.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's 2 wounds against Hob. That is a block,
That's good.
and that is
That's
a block as
great
well.
block.
Alright, so only 2, that's not too bad. And now that all the purple dragons have gone, that is the end of their initiative, and that is the end of the round.
Awesome.
Alright, so at the end of the round, we pick up the initiative deck.
And I've got an ability that triggers at the end of the round too.
Correct.
So I can either regain one of my focus, or Donatello can give one of his focus to another hero of his choice. / focus up.
Sweet.
That's a good friend.
Thanks.
At the end of the round,
Thanks, Donnie.
the villains will spawn. So we've got some purple dragons that are coming back. The villains spawn at half of the total figure pool, rounded
Okay.
up. So that's its situation. We had 5, we rounded up, and we have 3 that just spawned back onto the map.
And will the scenario tell you where they spawn?
Correct. So there'll be spawn points. The scenario book will dictate to where those spawn points are. There'll also be tokens that if you desire to have those tokens on the map, that you can put as a placeholder to help you remember where the spawns are.
Excellent.
Cool. And at the start of the round, we'll roll our action dice again. Slash, that's a pretty good roll.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've got a chi, and
Yeah.
if we'll remember, chi
It's like a wild card.
is like a wild card, and it also restores a focus.
Oh, that's right.
And if you're damaged, it helps you heal too. So I want to get my focus back. What are we gonna do?
So now we discussed to see how we want to share. Eyes Old Hob, I've got some great range attack that I'm going to use for sure, but I definitely need some help in movement because I need to get away from all these figures that are next to me so I can do a ranged attack. So if somebody has movement that
I
Donnie's
can
gonna move
give you one, but does Slash need a little getaway, or is he
don't-
just going to pound down on these guys
Well,
here?
Slash has already got a movement here, I think, and if he could always hit those 2, and then worst case he can use that movement to come back and hit the big guy.
It's true. Pass that skateboard along the path.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And I might take that sword there.
We'll give a little defense
Mr. Hob?
to Slash as well.
All right. Little defense. I'll take it.
So I've got a katana or a shuriken or a double shuriken. You never want to have the worst of that attack,
Right.
so I'll give you the double shuriken.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to send you an extra katana.
All right.
Excellent.
Should I give? I mean, the double attacks. Pretty much. Yeah.
No, we want them.
Yeah.
Do
So
you have a
Pass them
movement?
out.
yeah, you get a double
You don't
attack
need it.
No, I made it a sword for you.
for me. All right.
Yeah.
And I made
The
a
other-
double attack for you. Right.
Not that we're good at. We should listen to Pete because that's usually a bad idea. But we're talking about like different plays. You've got a lot of really big attacks here. Slash has got a monstrous base attack of 3. So
Right.
if you use that 3 plus 2 plus 2, that's 7 dice you'll be throwing, which is a really good boss killing
Right.
amount. Maybe I should actually make that a skateboard so you've got enough movement to break away from these guys, forget about them, and try hit the big guy.
Let's do it.
That it seems like a smart idea, I think.
I think so. I think if we're gonna go at him, we gotta go at him hard.
All right, let's do that then, and I'll take that sword.
Especially if these purple dragons aren't going to stop coming. So if
Right.
we need to take the boss down. We need to focus on the target rather than worried about the minions that are just going to keep spawning throughout the mission, making it harder.
Cool. All right.
So we can all flip our actions over as well. 10-foot pole will stay in effect as the ability that Donatello used until his next turn. But once your turn starts, that'll mean that you can choose whichever new ability that you like to spend.
Before we do that, I'm actually going to spend a focus because I've got a plan, and I think I want to re-roll this dice.
Okay.
It's a center one. And it was a sword. Not what I really wanted.
Not what you wanted.
I wanted actually a move, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll see if that plan can come to fruition later.
Okay.
The big question now is, does Donatello need the movement, or would Donatello could use the extra attack, and you share the movement from Slash?
It's a good question. Donnie,
Donnie has a movement of his own as well.
It's probably all right.
How do you feel about that, Don, if we did put that movement over here? And you got the double sword.
So you can double sword.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Let's do that.
That'll set you up the way you need.
All right. I like it. Collaboration at its best. Let's keep going.
Excellent. So we'll find out who's going to be the first.
Now you shuffled those back up.
I certainly did.
All right.
And for everybody at home, we'll shuffle again.
Excellent.
It is Old Hob.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So the first thing I need to do is I need to try to break away from some of these guys so I can start making some ranged attacks.
Okay.
Or I can focus my range directly at Old Hob. I've got 3 ranged attacks. And I actually might be able to do some serious damage with just that. I'm going to play rifle. Yeah, I'm going to play rifle here. That cost me 1 shuriken, and then I get an attack of 1 plus 1. So that is 2 dice that I'll be rolling, plus 1 for each extra shuriken spent. That's 2 more. So that'll be an attack of 4 against Hunt here. I've got 4 hits on that. That's just enough to get through his defense. I'm going to spend a focus because I want to see if I can get through it.
Sure.
And do a little damage as well.
Nice.
2 hits, so I'll take that. Sometimes it is worth spending the focus. That means he's got 5 health that he's been reduced. He's down to 11 now. I'm replacing the smaller life tokens. 5 of those equals 1 of the large ones. So I had just made my attack against Han, did 2 damage against him. I've got some melee attacks left here. Rather than jumping away, Hob, being the alley cat he is, he's just going to brawl these few guys around here. I'm going to focus my attacks on the ones that have already been dealt damage, see if I can take them out. I'm going to split my attacks up and do each attack individually, only rolling 2 dice, which is a little bit of a risk, but I'm hoping I'll get some good rolls on each attack and manage to get 3 hits to take them out. First roll going in was an absolute miss. Second one is a hit. So I'm going to take this guy out here. He's closest to Hun. And all that leaves me with is movement. I'm going to spend my movement of 3, 2 of which will be spent to break away from these 2 figures, and then 1 I will move a step back, putting myself in a good range distance. And that'll be the end of my turn.
And also making Mikey the target now.
And also
That's
making
right.
Mike the target.
See how he did that?
Old Hob really doesn't care.
Wow.
Even in co-op, there's
can't-
always someone working against us.
Always someone.
And it's always the
Working against us. All right. Next we have. It's gonna be a bad one. I can feel it.
Is it?
Oh, it is. It's Han.
Oh.
All right. So Han is gonna hit the person with the most health. Donnie,
Got 9.
you got 9.
And you've got.
Old Mikey.
Yeah.
See how that? Yeah.
You sure? Where's the wounds? I'll take some wounds. All right. Han's
I
gonna.
think you might
You'll
be
get
taking
some,
some
don't
wounds.
worry.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think that's coming.
No, I re-rolled a shell before, didn't I? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. All right. So Mike has got a defense of 3, and I'm gonna get a boost from Hob. So I'm gonna roll 4 dice.
All right. You got
That's
2.
2 defended, 1 hit. All right, let's go again. That's all right. 1 hit.
Now we're tied on life now, right?
Ooh, are we?
No, now I have the.
Now he has more life.
Oh, perfect.
So-
Donnie, would you like to take some hits?
I will take a hit. I prepped with my shield, so.
Very good. So what's your defense?
We start with 4.
4, and then you've got 1 shell,
Yep. So 5 dice.
and you get 1 for Old Hob.
All right.
So
Wow,
you get
so you
6.
get
So
6.
I'm now close enough.
That's
Nailed
what we
it,
use these
yeah.
nicer dice. Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3. And he
Perfect.
hits for 3, so I am all set.
Nice and safe. All right. Haha!
There we go.
Revenge. Okay, Hun. This is gonna be lethal revenge. I'm gonna use the low blow.
All right.
Okay. Mikey makes an attack +3 melee strike. Any enemy, if the defending enemy is AI controlled, which is this case, that enemy halves their block stat, rounded up.
Oh.
So, Hun will be defending against with 2 blocks instead this time. It's going to cost me 2 movement and 1 sword. That's why I needed the extra
Gotcha.
movement. All right. So, I'm attack with 1 +3 for the card, and Old Hob gives me an extra 1. That's 5 dice. Ooh, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And I'm going to spend this focus.
Reroll that.
Why not? Go for
Sure.
broke.
Oh,
we go.
even better.
So, 2. That pays for his block. 2, 4, 5 damage. You know what, Hun? Have a whole pie.
Oh.
Now, I've still got 2 melee attacks left. I'm going to spend them all on this dragon here, I think. So, that'll be 2 dice for the 2 swords, 1 for Mikey's attack stat, and 1 for Old Hob. Roll these again. And that's 4 hits. See you later, dragon. And that's me done. Slash.
All right.
Now we had a plan here too,
So
I
the
think.
plan was to move up and to just knock,
wail on him.
just wail on him. So since I'm adjacent to 2 dragons,
It'll cost you 2 movement to move away.
so I've got a base of 2, but so if I spend those 2, I can
Yes, because it
move up to here.
no, you can
I'll
move to there.
Move to there, right?
Because it's 1, 2, 3, and you've spent 2 icons, which gives you 4 points, so you can move to here.
Okay. And now I've got the double attacks,
Double attacks,
and he's got an attack of 3,
attack of 3,
so that's 7
dice. Now Old Hob is not as close to what we wanted, so it's only going to be 7.
So it's only going to be
Only
oh,
7.
and
Only
since,
gonna be
I,
7.
and since I moved into an adjacent,
Yes, you did. You moved adjacent to Hun. You should be taking a dice of damage.
I think I'm going to just take the 2 damage because I've got 1.
It's unblockable.
It's
so you
it's
don't
Oh,
have
that's
to-
right. That's right. So I don't have a choice.
It's 2 hits.
It's all right.
That's right. He can take it.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy.
Oh, can I get a full pie?
You can even get a full pie.
Nice.
Taking
all
damage
right.
has never been so good.
So now I'm
Time to roll
rolling
those 7 dice.
7 dice.
Get some revenge.
There's 6, 7.
You got this.
I like these dice, by the way.
You got this.
Hopefully they'll like you as well in this roll.
Oh. Roll this one. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, but that's good because I have a focus that I got from Donnie. I'm gonna
Yeah.
re-roll it.
I guarantee you're going to need to spend that focus.
I should probably re-roll everything. Should I keep those 2 hits?
You can definitely keep those 2 hits
All right.
and they'll be guaranteed.
All right.
We're looking for at least 3.
That is
Much
much
better.
better.
Wow.
There we
Much
go.
better. So 4, that will pay for the armor or the block.
And then I'm doing 4 damage,
4 damage.
to Hun. So he's only down to 2
He's
life.
got 2 life left.
2 life.
That was that, and then I still have a defense just in case.
So if He chases you. You've got that up your sleeve.
Yeah. No.
And that's your turn. We might have it this round. It all...
Comes down to...
Oh, not done, eat the dragons. Alright. So they're going to target the least health or after the closest. So Mikey is the closest. So this one's going to go here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this one can't actually get into range. He's made 3 movements and still can't get into close enough. These 2 will hit Mikey for 1 each. These ones will hit Mikey, hit slash once each.
Okay.
So I'll do Mikey's first quickly. So I'll get the bonus from Hob and my 3 defend, which is 4 dice. So defending twice for 2 hits because they're adjacent to each other. Oh, also means I lose 1 dice. Oh, runaway dice.
Did you gain 1 for Hob?
Yes, but I also lost it. It was a good attack roll, not a good defense roll. I take 2 hits. I take 1 hit. Okay, now slash. Over here, you need to defend 3 times.
And I've got a defend of 1.
1.
And I've got 1 there. So,
you lose
but I
1.
lose 1, so I only have 1 die.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Hopefully all you need is 1 block.
That's right. That's
1/3
right.
of a chance.
There we
you
go.
go.
There's 1. That guy right there.
That's
Yeah,
2.
that's
2.
3 for 3.
Can we do it?
Like,
We can do it.
like a tank.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
So the purple dragons are up.
We'll see if we can take out.
All right.
Hun
It's
here.
on you, Donnie.
It's all on me.
What have you got up your sleeve, Don?
Well, so I've got a couple of movements here, some range, but I'm too close to use those, so I'm going to have to back up at some point. So, but before I do that, I'm going to spend these 2 attack and at least try to maybe put a point through.
So you get 1 extra for being next to Hob.
Yep.
Your base attack is 1.
Yep.
And the 2 swords,
Two
so
dice,
it
so
should make
4
4 dice. And you've got 2 focus as well.
Oh,
That's
that's
at least
actually
one
really
way
good.
through. You've
So
got to focus.
you could
all you
focus
need is
it.
1 more hit.
Come on, if you take him out.
Got this.
Oh!
Look at that.
He goes down and the dragons scatter, running away.
That's awesome. So let's go back and talk a little bit more about the upcoming Kickstarter.
Excellent.
All right, guys, that was awesome. I loved it. Can't wait for this to hit Kickstarter. First of all, when is this coming to Kickstarter?
We're thinking late January, so that's the plan.
So what should folks know about the Kickstarter? It's going to be 2 boxes.
That's correct, yeah. There's going to be 2 boxes. They're going to focus a lot on the IDW comic book, more than the original Shadows of the Past game where it did certain scenes from there. We're focusing really heavily on the story. So the first box, Change is Constant, is going to face, you're going to deal a lot with Raph being separated from his brothers and going through to having their home destroyed and needing to actually find their lost dad. And then the City Fall box is where the Shredder and the Foot Clan have mind wiped and sort of manipulated Leonardo into becoming a bad guy and joining the Foot, which is pretty cool.
If folks have the original game, they're going to be able to still use that content with this new game.
Yeah, definitely. Everything is cross-compatible. The big difference between the new games and the old game is the art upgrade. The game will still function the same, except for you'll have the additional arcade mode, so you'll be able to play co-op. But the big difference is the art upgrade. The tiles have all been upgraded. The scale of the miniatures is going to be perfect.
Awesome.
We're really going to town and injecting a lot of love. The original game system for Turtles was perfect. The missions were great, but we always felt that we wanted to amp up the visual look of it and bring it, just give it that turtle love.
The preview tiles that you showed me are phenomenal. I'm so excited. It just kind of just pops.
Yeah, Dan and I we've worked tirelessly trying to inject Easter eggs and lots of goodies in
dirt
there.
and grit of New York City. The beauty of these maps is that at each mission you'll be playing with 1 up to 4 map tiles at a time, and you'll be creating that city of New York. You'll be combining these maps, and each map combines to multiple other maps throughout the games. The other big element that we'll be adding in is all the different art and all the artists that'll be coming that are artists that work on the Ninja Turtles that'll be coming and working on character cards, special ability cards, box art for the game. You'll see new artists all over, and the artwork from those comics celebrated in this game.
That's awesome. We don't really even have to say it, but you guys are Turtle fans. Like, so,
Just a little.
like, I love the fact that IDW has got 2, like, huge Turtle fans working on this game. Like, what has that been like? Let's talk about that, just because I want to know, because I want to be in your shoes at someday. Like, I would love, I'm a Turtles fan. If you follow this channel at all, you know that I've featured Ninja Turtles on a few videos. We did a piece for Kevin Eastman. Like, what has that been like?
It's pretty cool. I sort of call it the Cinderella story. When the first campaign happened, I started a Facebook group called the Shadows of the Past, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shadows of the Past, and we just gathered steam and we built a community around homebrew and painting tutorials and just really celebrating the IDW license, the IDW Turtles.
It's a great group. I'm a part of it.
That's great.
I love the community that you've built.
And so I've been talking to Kevin Wilson, the original designer of the game, and I was close with Nate and some of the other crew with IDW. And obviously there was a bit of a delay with the other Turtles game, and we really wanted to do everything we could to push it forward, and because we all love the Turtles and we love this game, we wanted to support it and do whatever we could. So I spoke to Dan. He was a close friend that we'd worked on lots of homebrew projects.
Nice.
And he'd become an admin on the group as well, and we were working together. We thought how we could pitch and propose that we could get it back going and get it back off the ground, and it sort of just happened.
Just happened.
That is awesome.
And so to a lowly guy from Melbourne, Australia, and a guy from Tampa, Florida, just happened to fall into...
Build a game across the world, and both get to live a dream of getting to work with a franchise that we both love since we were kids.
Nice. Now you got Kevin Eastman on speed dial, right?
I wish.
Isn't that right? No?
Kevin, call us.
I mean, I still can't believe that I'm from Australia and I'd never been to America, and now I've been to Gen Con, and now I've been to PAX Unplugged. It's a crazy thing. I've got a very wonderful wife that is very supportive and taking care of the kids at home.
We talked about Kevin a little bit. Is Kevin a part of this project at all? What's Kevin's role in all this?
Kevin Wilson and Kevin Eastman in this situation.
Oh, that's right. There is 2 Kevins here.
There is 2 Kevins.
Well, let's talk about Kevin
talk
Wilson
about both.
first. Yeah, let's talk about both of them. Kevin, let's talk about Kevin Wilson first.
So
Legendary game designer Kevin Wilson.
Amazing game designer, and if it wasn't for him creating Shadows of the Past, and especially the dice sharing mechanic of Shadows of the Past that made it what it is, without that mechanic, the game would not be would have that feeling of playing the Turtles and working together as a group. That's what makes playing those heroes so special. It makes you feel like you're playing those individual characters.
We've done probably about, say, 20 demos today, and every person, the one compliment that is always constant is the hero dice sharing mechanic. They just love it.
It's what makes this game pop.
It's the true heart of the game. So Kevin we're doing a lot of the development, and so Dan and I designed the entire AI and the arcade mode system. But obviously the original 4 versus 1 is definitely done by Kevin, and the hero, the way the heroes work hasn't changed. It still remains the same. Kevin's going to overlook the entire project once it's all finished, and hopefully well, it's gonna be good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he'll double check everything, make sure everything falls in line with the mechanics to the game and stays true to the system. We've been working with him hand in hand, even before the system came out, with just homebrewing, making sure that things that we created just for fun stayed in line with the missions, and clarifying any rules that we wanted to make sure that any new mechanics stay true to the core rules of the game.
Nice. Now, what about Kevin Eastman?
So Kevin Eastman, as of now, he's no part of the game other than being a huge Turtles fan. We with the original game, we had the whole community support him. The first game came with some fun exclusives.
It did.
The Kevin Eastman studio tile.
Exactly.
Pieces like that.
So we don't know. Like, Kevin works very closely with IDW. I'm sure the guys there, they might be able to wrangle something. We can hope, fingers crossed, but we don't know. So we can't confirm or deny.
Excellent. So just check out the Kickstarter.
Then you'll know.
And then you'll
Find
know.
something new.
Yes.
And this is a game system that IDW has announced is going to be used with multiple properties that they have in their.
That's true. That's true. I read that media announcement too.
I did too.
So
maybe after this game, maybe they put you to work with some other.
We might see some other systems come to play for the Adventures games.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
IDW is the king of nostalgia, so they've got a lot of work licensing that they work with on a daily basis that they can possibly bring to the table.
I know I'm excited.
I'm into it.
As a gamer, I'm excited. Dan, I think we should probably do a little recap of what's going to be in the boxes, what people should expect. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of miniatures in there. Hopefully, I think there's more than the original game.
So each box will definitely have more than the Shadows and Past.
The retail edition of the game?
Retail of the game. Tiles are a huge upgrade. The visuals of the tiles have gone literally a literal night and day change. Everything is a dark, gritty city street. The turtles fight at night. All the landscape is done at night with lots of shadowing, lots of lighting from neon signs, street lamps, things like that, lighting the path.
And a ton of Easter eggs.
A ton of
Nice.
Easter
I love
eggs
that.
we fit in all over the place.
The good thing is that the original, the Shadows of the Past had 6 tiles in that box. What we've done is we've made sure that we've remixed those tiles, and they've been made to the current standard that we think that they should be. They've really lifted them up, and they've been sprinkled across both of the boxes as well. So when players want to play some of their original missions, they're going to be able to do so with these tiles as well.
Oh, awesome.
That being said, the original box only had 6 tiles. Between these 2 boxes, they've got 8 in each.
Wow.
So that's
Which are all both double-sided as well.
Correct.
So 16 maps per box for a total of 32 spread between the 2 boxes.
A lot of replayability.
a lot of replayability, a lot of really cool art. It's really, really cool.
Missions would be the next big thing. We're continuing the story campaigns that we saw in Shadows of the Past as well. But we will also be having some unique one-shot missions that don't as closely follow the story, but are fun missions that might bring some nostalgia back if you're familiar with cartoons, if you're familiar with the toys, if you're familiar with any iteration of the Turtles, including the movies, that just bring you back into what it's like to be a turtle. It might be a mission where Michelangelo needs to retrieve some pizza and bring it back to the lair. The Turtles might need to train with their master in the dojo and get their skills up to par before they take on the Shredder.
So, Dan mentioned that's a really cool thing, because normally in the original game we had 4 versus 1, and we had, and that was it really. So you had 4 players against 1 overlord. Now we're going to have 4 versus 1, and we're going to have arcade mode. That arcade mode, you can play with 4 players, 3 players, 2 players, and 1.
I love that.
So
I love having a solo option with a board game. I know some people don't like a solo, but I like solo option because sometimes I don't get my friends over.
the really cool solo option in this, spoilers, there's going to be a Leonardo mission in there, which is based on the Leonardo Micro series from the IDW comics, where it's Leonardo, he's on a rooftop, and he has to face something he can't beat, which is a bunch of foot ninjas, and they're gonna win. And it's how many can you take out, and you're going to lose. How do you deal with that loss, and how do you go down fighting, or are you going to run away? It's a really cool mission.
I love it.
And on top of that, we may also have some a mission or two in the box that crosses over between the two, so we can use maybe up to even 5 or 6 heroes.
Now it's Kickstarter. Everybody who does Kickstarter knows that there's Kickstarter stretch goals.
What's the stretch goal?
I don't know. No. So,
Yeah,
you
there's
guys
going to be
have
lots.
some plans?
We've got lots of really fun stretch goals planned.
That's awesome.
The range of the stretch goals are pretty fast. We're going to keep most of that under lock and key for now.
There's going to be some things that are going to take you back, some things that are going to take you forward. There's going to be some things that you can use to play the game with, some things that you're going to be able to paint, some things that you just love.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for taking part of your PAX Unplugged and sharing it with me and sharing Ninja Turtles with you. Know, this is the highlight of my PAX Unplugged. People ask me, what is your favorite part of PAX Unplugged? And I tell them, it hasn't happened yet because it's a Ninja Turtles game that I want to see. So now it happened, and thank you guys so much. It's been an awesome time meeting you guys. Can't wait for January. Good luck, and hopefully we'll get to see you again on the show, and we'll talk about the next Ninja Turtle game.
I want to go to Dimension X. I really do.
I do.
We'd love to see that.
We need lots of people to buy this game so we can all go to Dimension X.
Absolutely.
We're pushing close to issue 100 here in the comics. We've got a long way to catch up.
It is. There's a lot of material there. So awesome. All right, folks. That's gonna do it for us. This has been Victory Condition Gaming, because winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll sign off from PAX Unplugged.
See ya.
It is. It's like, it's on now. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna use that for the blooper reel, by the way.
I hope so.
At the end.
It's pretty intense.
It is. After the credits, it's like,
It's
just peak of.
you can do it to a time, and
Pete, how excited
What's
you are
a-
for the game?
Yeah.
you put some put into some dubstep.
You want to see some dubstep?
We almost saw some dubstep tonight.
Oh no.